Hi, it's my favorite time of day, the time of day when I get to read a good book to you. Today we're going to read Punctuation Celebration. It's by Elsa Knight Bruno and Jenny Whitehead. And this is a book that tells you how important punctuation really is and what it does for you when you are reading and writing, because punctuation is kind of like road signs. Like when somebody's driving, they pay attention to the roadsides signs to tell them where to go. That's kind of what punctuation is for reading and writing. It tells you how to read and how to say it when you're reading it. All right, punctuation field day, 50-yard dash. Field day frolic. On your marks, get set, let's go. To a sporty exploration into words and punctuation. We'll meet the players, learn each name, and celebrate this special game. The period is just a dot found sitting in its favorite spot. When a sentence ends, it comes and plops, and where it plops, the sentence stops. It also can abbreviate an address, first name, size, or weight, like LB for pound, FT for feet, DOZ for dozen, and ST for street. Elizabeth and little Jay bought 2 dozen eggs today, 1 pound of cheese and nonstick spray at the Delaney Street Cafe. Do you notice how they're putting that punctuation mark in red so you can see where it is and how important it is? Question mark. What is a question mark? When do you need it? Where do you put it? How do you read it? A question mark is apropos when there are things you want to know. You put it after words that ask. To answer is another's task. A present for me? Can I give it a squeeze? Can I pull off the ribbons? Can I open it, please? Do you notice when you say a question, your voice kind of goes up at the end? That tells you it's a question. Exclamation point. The exclamation point has clout. Hip, hip, hooray! Strike 3, you're out. It fires you up, there is no doubt. The symbol means you have to shout. Annie crawled under when she heard the thunder, along with some dust and a spider. Kaboom! There's nothing more frightening than listening to lightning, unless it's that spider beside her. Eek! Eek! Do you see the exclamation points? And you know that means you say it in an excited way. Comma. The comma is common and commonly used to separate clauses with essential pauses. Don't want to confuse you, but think you should know, it does not say stop, it simply says slow. Please use it whenever you're writing the date, words in a series, and cities with states. Today, March 1st, I boarded a train in sleet, snow, and rain for Bar Harbor, Maine. I've been to Bar Harbor, Maine. It is beautiful. Apostrophe. Alas, the poor apostrophe has 2 big jobs, it seems to me. In order to help words possess, it tags along and adds an S, like Mickey's mess or Della's dress. And when one word, not 2, is better, it happily replaces letters. Whatever's left is not a fraction. We'll call the new word a contraction, like can't or will or it's or she'll. Mickey made a mighty mess, spilling paint on Della's dress. Now it's being washed and pressed. So you see, you use an apostrophe when you're making a contraction, shortening 2 words that you put together, or when you're showing that something belongs to someone, like Mickey's mess. The mess that belongs to Mickey, you put an apostrophe there. Quotation marks. Quotation marks come 2 by 2. Use 2 before, 2 when you're through. Enclosed are words said by another, like clean this messy room, yelled mother, or 77 years ago. Who said those words? I'll bet you know. Do you see? 77 years ago, Abraham Lincoln. You were right. Do you see how the quotation marks go around what the person actually said? Because mother said, clean this messy room. Those are the words that actually came right out of her mouth. So that's what we put the quotation marks around. Kind of like they're hugging the words that came out of her mouth. Colon. The colon is quite stubborn and always will insist to be the one and only one to introduce a list. Another use when telling time, no matter how you spin it, at 6:30 it separates the hours from the minutes. I shook my blue jeans upside down, both pockets emptied. These I found: some cookie crumbs, a plastic spoon, a box of raisins from last June, 2 gumballs, and a red balloon. We'd better wash my blue jeans soon. I hope that's not what your jeans look like. Semicolon. The semicolon separates 2 sentences if they relate. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm going to be 7. I'm having a party at 11:30. 10 friends are invited. I'm so excited. Parentheses. Parentheses 2 hands are gentle, enclosing words that aren't essential. At lunch, my friends asked me to trade my chocolate milk for lemonade, my super sub from Barney's Deli, for pita bread with gloppy jelly, my deviled eggs, Mom makes the best, 4 sour grapes that I detest. Mom always told us we should share. Tomorrow, I'm not sitting there. So when you see words inside of parentheses, you kind of say them in a little bit quieter voice because they're words that are just giving you more information. Ellipses. Ellipses points, 3 tiny dots, are perfect for those silent spots. Their use, dear reader, is permitted when certain phrases are omitted. Well, I wonder, could it be that rainbows come out just for me? Whenever you see an ellipses, you pause a little bit longer than you would for a comma. Dash. The dash, a punctuation mark, is more casual than a comma, so I prefer to think it is a comma in pajamas. Oops, I had better mention this. Remember when you read it, a dash is used to emphasize the words that will precede it. One thing I must tell you, not one, there are 2. I'm glad I am me, and I'm glad you are you. So again, you pause, but in a bit of a different way than with a comma, more strongly. Don't let hyphen fool you, a dash it is not. This poem will remind you, in case you forgot. To form a compound word is sometimes found, like tom-tom and t-shirt and merry-go-round. Also, you should know sometimes it will appear and split up a word when a line end is near. The game. Who is stronger? Who will win? Let all the fun and games begin. But period was soon to fall. It happened when it kicked the ball. First it tripped and then it plopped, and that is when the playing stopped. Words took note and congregated. Soon a sentence was created. One by one, each punctuation ran to its preferred location. Sentences were dancing, laughing, joining hands, and paragraphing. So they're all coming together. Words went whirling by enraptured. Paragraphs were being chaptered. And with not a word to spare, stories piled up everywhere. Happy fans rushed from the stands. All were cheering, clapping hands. When the dust cleared, it revealed readers on the playing field. Mixing words and punctuation, it's a winning combination. And that's the end. I hope you liked this book, and I hope you paid attention to some punctuation. Did you learn about any you didn't know about before? I hope so, and I hope you can use these in your reading and writing. All right, I will see you next time. Bye, Pedro.